There are moments when the world shifts, not with a crash, but a whisper. It begins on an ordinary Tuesday night, when routine folds into something unfamiliar.
You hear the distant rush of water behind the bathroom door. The hum of the shower is steady, comforting, until it's joined by a sound less welcome. Her phone, igniting again and again, insistent and unknown.
You're not hunting for secrets, but the light draws your attention. A quiet pulse on the countertop. A name, unremarkable and unfamiliar. A message that slips easily beneath the surface of your piece. Same place this weekend? Your breath shortens. You tell yourself it's harmless. Work, a friend, some innocent explanation. Rational words that drift like smoke, failing to clear the air. She emerges, laughter on her lips, warm and unchanged. Yet, you watch her hands, swift and practiced, tucking the phone away as if to cradle something fragile and dangerous. The screen disappears from your view, and something inside you stirs. An old, nameless ache. You say nothing. You wear your own mask, safe and familiar. But inside, new questions unfurl, quiet and relentless. There's no confrontation, no outpouring of accusation. Only a tension, sharpened by doubt. A revelation, not loud but profound. You don't know everything, yet you know enough. And so the night settles, charged with unseen currents. Silence becomes the beginning of your reckoning, a watchful, careful unraveling. Some changes happen quietly. You show up, you act the same, but inside, everything is shifting. You laugh together. You kiss her goodbye in the morning. You ask, softly, how her day went, but something's different. You're no longer just living. You're watching, searching for answers you don't want to find. Little things grow into patterns. Night she comes home late. Stories that don't quite fit. Private calls behind closed doors. Messages gone a moment you peer over. She thinks she's careful, but you're more careful now. Then one night, her laptop screen glows, left open just for a second. That's all it takes. Not a deep dive, just enough. Photos not meant for you. Messages that sting. Plans never shared. It's betrayal. It's history, not a mistake. Months, not moments. Your hands tremble, heart pounding, but your face doesn't change. You close the laptop. Sit down. Breathe. She walks back in. You smile. No tears, no anger. Because now you know, and in this quiet, explosive second, you decide you aren't the one losing. You will rise from this. Silence can be more powerful than any outburst. While she waited for an explosion, I offered only stillness, a stillness so certain it filled the spaces where accusations might have lived. I became the version of myself she always wanted, gentler, clearer, fully attentive in ways I never thought possible. Not for her, but for me. It was the sincerest camouflage and the sharpest. Curiosity cracked through her confusion. She searched my gestures for motive, for anger, for anything familiar. But I gave nothing away. Only kindness. Only calm. Why are you being so nice lately? She asked, searching for the trap. I let the truth rest behind a patient smile. Because I love you. She took comfort in that answer, or maybe she simply needed to believe it more than I needed her to. Either way, I watched as attention shifted, the power gently flowing back into my hands. In the quiet, I set to work, not as an avenger, but as an observer. Every day I noted, every message archived, every careless word, stored away like seeds. I was not after retribution. I wanted clarity. And for clarity, you need patience and perfect timing. So I waited, because the truth, once ready, arrives with all the force and none of the noise. 2 weeks. That's how long it took for the truth to begin unraveling. She told me about a wedding, a friend's, out of town, 3 days away. Her words were measured, almost rehearsed. I nodded, keeping my face calm, but inside, everything spun. Every detail fell into place. The hotel, the city, and him. This wasn't about a wedding. This was another secret she tried to bury. But this time, I was ready. I helped her fold her clothes, held her close, even told her to have fun, then watched her walk out the door, pretending nothing was wrong. 1 hour. That's all I waited before booking my own flight. Same city, same weekend, same hotel.
She thought she was steps ahead. She thought I couldn't follow the trail.
But she never realized how close I was. Ready, watching, determined. It was her move, but the game had shifted. You arrive before she does. Quiet, almost invisible, gliding past the front desk with barely a word. The request is simple. A room on the same floor. No questions, just the silent hope of proximity. Time slows. You wait, measuring hours and heartbeats. Then, footsteps echo through the lobby. She walks in, not alone. A man is at her side. Laughter bubbles between them. Effortless, familiar. There's comfort in their body language, an ease that speaks of history. They belong together, as though you are a ghost in the margins, unseen. There's a rawness in seeing her with him, but anger doesn't rise. Sadness never finds its way in. Instead, an unexpected clarity settles in. The truth reveals itself not through confrontation, but quiet observation. You remain a silent witness. No words exchanged, no scenes made, just careful photographs, memories pressed into digital stillness. You record what you need. For 2 days, you stay on the periphery, neither present nor gone, watching as they slip in and out, always together, always close. The portrait of a couple, untroubled and whole. Each night, her message arrives. Simple, familiar. Miss you. The words sting, wrapped in the soft light of distance. You answer, matching her fiction. Miss you too. In the end, all is quiet. The story plays out untouched, and you walk away with clarity, not bitterness. Sometimes the things we do not say become the clearest truths. Acceptance in its silence is its own kind of peace. By the third day, I held the truth in my hands. Not just fragments. Proof, irrefutable. More than I'd ever hoped. Maybe more than I wanted. But somehow, that wasn't because enough. Exposing her now, that would have been simple, quick, forgettable. And she deserved more than an easy ending. I needed something unforgettable, a reckoning in front of everyone she cared about. Then it hit me, the engagement party. 2 weeks away. The guest list, family, friends, old classmates, people who thought they knew her, people she couldn't afford to lose. She'd been obsessing over every detail, the decorations, the music, the speeches. She wanted a picture-perfect evening, the kind she could post about for years. So I waited. I played along, smiled through the planning, agreed with her every wish. She never once suspected that the perfection she craved would be the stage for everything to come crashing down. She wanted a flawless memory, something no one would ever forget. And I was going to give her exactly that, just not the way she imagined.
Some lies are easy to spot, but the hardest ones hide behind familiar smiles and everyday routines. When we got home, she slipped seamlessly back into the life we both pretended to share. Every gesture said normal. Every word sounded honest. Like nothing had happened, like she hadn't just spent 3 days with someone else. Played my part, helped finalize the party, met her parents, smiled for photos. Everything looked flawless, perfect. That illusion made it even sweeter.
No one suspected a thing. Not yet. For the next 2 weeks, I pored over memories, editing videos, hushed conversations, bits of evidence, planning each move, each reveal, timing everything to the second. She believed we were making plans for forever, but I was crafting an ending. Sometimes the truth waits, silent and patient in the shadows, and when it steps into the light, it changes everything.
Imagine a room glowing with laughter and champagne. Over 100 loved ones gather, drawn by a sense of joy stronger than the night itself. Friends mingle, family embraces, co-workers trade anecdotes, each person smiling, celebrating something bigger than any one of us. She stands beside me, radiant and composed. Pride and happiness dance in her eyes, as if every detail has unfolded exactly as she hoped. I notice her strength, her warmth, and the way she makes the occasion feel effortless. Then, halfway through, a gentle tap rings out, drawing everyone together. Her father, with that spark in his eye, calls for a speech. Cheers rise up like waves. She squeezes my hand, a quiet moment in a room full of noise. "Go first," she whispers, her words steady and encouraging. I nod, feeling the weight and wonder of the moment. The lights seem warmer. Faces blur into a tapestry of support. Then, as I step forward, I realize this isn't just a party. It's a promise. It's the beginning of something beautiful, shared not just between us, but with all who have gathered to witness our journey.
The moment I stood up, the room shifted. All eyes turned to me, the weight of expectation heavy and silent. I took the microphone, a small gesture, yet everything felt amplified. Some faces smiled, others waited. So, I just want to thank everyone for being here. My voice carried gently, inviting warmth and smiles from almost everyone. But underneath, I could feel my heartbeat quicken. Then, I stepped closer to the truth. And I want to thank her for teaching me something important. Her laughter was nervous, a sound that tried to smooth over tension but only made it sharper. She asked, her voice barely steady, "What's that?" I paused for a moment, watching her. Then I spoke, each word cutting through the silence. How to spot a lie. The room went utterly quiet. Suspense hung like a shadow. People glanced at each other, uncertain, confused. I signaled to back. The screen flickered alive. Suddenly, photos appeared. Her, another man, a hotel room. Messages that spoke for themselves. Gasps rippled across the space. The truth displayed itself, raw and undeniable. Her face drained of color. Her voice barely a whisper. "Turn it off." But I didn't. The silence was heavy, brittle, hanging between us. In that moment, everyone saw what observation can reveal, the power of truth, and the ache that comes when it's finally spoken aloud. No one breaks the silence. It sits heavy in the air, thick with every secret, every unsent message pulsating beneath the surface. Eyes flicker between us. There's no shouting, no accusations, just each truth exposed, snaking its way through the room. She stares at the ground, searching for words that won't come. I see the tears start, small, silent apologies streaming down her cheeks, words tumbling, desperate and broken. She reaches for excuses, for explanations, but by now, the meaning has drained from everything she could possibly say. My heart pounds, steady but detached, as I cross the distance between us one final time. The room feels colder now. I take the microphone, the weight of it certain in my palm, my voice just above a whisper. "You planned everything," I say, and it's not an accusation, just a plain, cold truth. Our eyes meet. Hers, wet with regret, mine, emptied by what I know. I just planned better. I place the ring on the table with gentle finality, a metallic punctuation to a chapter that can't be rewritten. No words left, no scene to play, just the trembling hush of endings. I turn away, footsteps echoing, feeling her world collapse in the space I leave behind. I never look back. I don't need to. Sometimes, the loudest endings are written in silence,